Hello, my dear students. Hope you are doing well. Let us begin with the second part of animal classification. In the previous class, you have dealt with the initial stages of identification, classification, and description of certain simple animals. In this particular slideshow, we will be seeing something that comes usually in the board. You will be appearing for your board exams, and since this chapter is very vast, you generally have a doubt as to what type of question comes from this chapter. So today we will discuss the commonly or most usually or frequently asked questions. Let us begin. The most frequently asked type of question from this chapter is identify the given animal specimen, classify and write its characteristics. Many examples are there in the book. Let us see some prominent examples from phylum Chordata. You will notice an organism has just come in the slide. You have to identify what it is, classify it if you have identified, and write its characteristics. I hope you all have identified it as a bat. Now we all know that bat is a flying mammal. In the previous lecture, we have seen that mammals are covered with an exoskeleton of hair and they are warm-blooded. So let us begin. We will notice that it has a backbone. So it is a chordate. Its exoskeleton is made up of hair. So it is a mammal, and therefore when we classify it, we have to write it specifically as kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Mammalia, and the given specimen is bat. We should also try to remember the characteristics which we have already learned and written down in your Science 2 notebook. What were the characteristics? First, all mammals are warm-blooded. Second, their exoskeleton is made up of hair. Third, they give birth to young ones and therefore they are viviparous. And last but not the least, the respiratory organs are lungs. Apart from these characteristics, if you can remember, we can write that bat flies around with a patagium. I hope you have understood. Let's move to the next slide. The question that we are going to see again is similar one. Identify the given animal specimen, classify and write its characteristics. Now let us see which specimen comes to meet us. Oh, look at this specimen. What is it? It's a fish. Very good. Now if you notice, the fish is covered with scales. And all those who eat fish know that a fish has a vertebral column or a backbone, a central spine made up of bones. So it belongs to phylum Chordata or subphylum Vertebrata. Let us see how we answer the given question. First we will write the given specimen is a fish. Then we will classify it kingdom Animalia because it's an animal. Phylum Chordata because it has a notochord in its embryonic stage. When it is small, inside the egg, it has a dorsal notochord. Subphylum Vertebrata, as the embryo develops, the notochord is replaced by a bony vertebral column. So, subphylum Vertebrata. Class Pisces. We all know Pisces includes all fishes. And the specimen is fish. Let us see its characteristics. We all know fish cannot maintain a constant body temperature, so it is cold-blooded. It lays eggs, so oviparous. Fishes have to swim cutting through the water current, so they have a spindle shape. Spindle shape means boat shaped body pointed at both the ends. And the exoskeleton is made up of scales. You may even write some other characteristics like respiration with gills, locomotion with fins. As you remember, you may add on to the points. So, are you ready for the third specimen? Let's see. The third specimen I have given you in the form of an assignment. Identify the following animal specimen, classify it, and write down its 4 characteristics in your Science 2 notebook. Let us see what is a specimen. Can you identify it, children? Yes, it is a frog. Very good. The answer will be written in this form. The given specimen is a frog. Its classification will be kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Amphibia, and the specimen is frog. And the characteristics are: it is a cold-blooded animal, oviparous, neck absent, breathe with lungs on land and skin in water. That is why they are called amphibians. Amphi means dual, bians means life. They have a dual life. They can live on land as well as in water. Similarly, I have given you 2 more questions. Identify the animal specimen and write it down in your notebook. You need not draw the diagram, but you should remember what it is. This is the last assignment. So I have given you 2 animals to identify. Let me remind you, all these are chordates. They have a backbone. You only have to identify what it is. Imagine what their body is covered with and accordingly classify. Hopefully you have understood from this particular PPT. Take care. Bye.